Welcome to the Tipsy Guest Podcast. I am your host, Marco Buenrostro, and every week I'm here with the top industry experts, amazing clients, and all my vendor BFFs to bring you the best tips, advice, and juicy behind-the-scenes stories to make wedding and event planning a breeze. So grab your favorite drink and let's get this party started! Hey guys, welcome back to the Tipsy Guest. I am Marco, your host. And today we're going to be talking, it is the Tipsy Guest, so we're going to be talking about alcohol, and drinks. And for that, I have Erica and I have Gabby, the owners of the Luxe Spritz Mobile Bar. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Marco.
How are you today?
We are doing amazing. We're happy to be here. Thank you so much.
I am so glad that you guys are here. So let me just do a little background story here for our listeners. So Gabby and Erica, and then there's a third person that she wasn't able to make it out today. Carla, shout out. So they recently started this adventure. So Erica got married not too long ago, and of course we're gonna get into that with her in a little bit. But yeah, so she is a bride, a recent bride, and then they decided to start a wedding business. So that's what we're going to jump into right away. I want to hear everything. Erica, I want to hear your journey as a bride. I want to hear now your journey as an entrepreneur, as a wedding vendor, and the difference, I guess, from when you were planning your wedding to now you're dealing with people planning their wedding. I want to hear it all. Give me all the cheese, my girl.
Thank you. Yes, it was an incredible 18-month-long engagement. So definitely a lot of planning went into place. There was so many vendors. I didn't even think I needed this or that. It was just an eye-opening experience. Everyone was super kind in the process, but it was very, very much narrowing it down to who connected with us the most. And so that really was the best part, is just really connecting with the vendors, becoming friends throughout the process, and seeing them how they've evolved even in their business throughout the time. And so I knew that as soon as I got back from my honeymoon in December, that I was going to start a new year as a newlywed. And I just said, you know what? I got to do something crazy. I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. Never saw that, for me. But I just said, you know what? This is the industry to be in. It was an insane experience. And I was just like, you know what? I need to be on the other side. And I need to serve these, amazing brides and grooms, and just give something that's unexpected, something that's not really in the industry right now. And so I just wanted to stand out a little bit from the crowd.
I love that. And I love that you mentioned right now that the wedding industry is a really good industry to be in, because honestly, there's weddings all the time, and weddings are never gonna end, honestly. We of course went through COVID in 2020, but even then the weddings did not stop. The big events obviously were not happening, but the weddings were still happening. And then of course eventually we got through it, and weddings came back, and they came back bigger and better, and it was just it was incredible when we were allowed to have weddings or events again. It honestly became a bigger market. So I think I like the idea of you being fresh out of planning your wedding, because I guess now that you're on the other side of it, you know how to deal with those potential clients. You know what they're going through right now. You know exactly what, they might be stressed. They might be excited. They might, be overwhelmed. Like, you went through it not too long ago. So I think that's the perfect combination.
Absolutely.
All right. So now let's go to Gabby over here. So we have, the bride over here.
Yes.
But, so I want to know, I guess because there's three of you,
yes.
So I'm assuming you're delegating different tasks.
Absolutely.
It sounds like you guys are a good team.
Yes.
Okay, so I have, the bride over here.
Right.
What's your role in this team right here.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit about me. I am a nutritionist. I own a private practice. So I'm not new to the entrepreneurship. And so I know what it takes to build a business, right? So I knew that if I teamed up with my two besties, which Carla is really bringing in that design, she has a wonderful eye to things and she knows how to put on a party. She can make it beautiful. Anytime you see our unit, it's going to look beautiful. And that's with Carla. And Erica is our marketing queen. And, you know, me, I come in with the social media. I know how to do websites. I know the LLCs. I have a brick and mortar for my nutritionist business. So, you know, that's kind of where I fit in. And, you know, fun fact, I was a Bud Light girl.
Oh,
so back in when I was doing my undergrad, I was a Bud Light girl.
Look at you!
Yes,
that's fun.
So I know a little bit about the mixing of the cocktails and how to serve it, how to make it look pretty. So yeah, I mean, just a little bit of everything, and this is how we do the dynamic trio.
I like the combination. And then, of course, nutritionist. I did not know that about you.
Yes.
I am going to be talking to you about that. I'm a foodie. I am a foodie, but I feel like I am a bad foodie. I love to eat. I travel a lot. So I always say, you know, I'm going to be traveling, so I'm going to be eating bad and blah, blah, blah. But even when I come back, I eat bad here at home, too.
Gabby's your girl.
Yeah. So you know what? And that gives me an idea. We might even do an episode about that. I mean, because
yes, absolutely.
I feel like couples. I feel like couples go through so many things that sometimes they lose track of other things. I know I've heard of couples that, you know, that they hire either a personal trainer or you know, like a stylist. But honestly, I haven't heard much about them talking to a nutritionist. I feel like that could be a good topic for another episode.
Absolutely.
Girl,
absolutely.
Okay, we're going to talk after this, girl. All right, so now going back to your business. I mean, it's your new baby.
Yes.
You guys, I'm sure you guys are so excited about this. Talk to me about the process of how someone can book you for their wedding. I wanna hear from the moment they reach out to you to the moment you show up to the wedding.
Absolutely. So you start by getting a customized quote for any and every event, because it really depends on the size, the amount of guests, and what you'd like to serve. And that all comes into play in a consultation. But you fill out an inquiry with us. We connect. One of the main things that I love the most when I was going through the process is the communication. What's your vision? How do you want to execute that vision? So we come through with that, and we're really we come with a lot as far as our base package. It really comes with everything. We are a dry bar service. So alcohol is provided by the host or the couple. And a lot of venues might say they have an exclusivity to bars, but that doesn't matter with us because it's a dry bar service. So they still go with their alcohol vendor, and then we come in as we serve the alcohol.
So you provide the experience.
We provide the experience, the unique experience. Absolutely.
I love that. And then I guess when it comes to the restrictions right now that you mentioned for the venues, nowadays most venues require for businesses, of course, to have insurance, to have all these different things, you know, just legal purposes. So I am assuming that you guys, you know, for our listeners out there, of course, you know, we want to this is a tipsy guest pro tip. Make sure that you hire vendors that are completely insured, you know, that are actual businesses, because, I mean, you got to make sure that you're hiring the right people. So, you know, my question, of course, which I'm sure I know the answer, but you guys have everything in place. You guys are a real business. Absolutely. And everything. So
yes. So we are licensed. We're insured. We have our TABC license as well. And a tip that I can give you, because what happens a lot of times too, is that businesses get insurance, but then they cancel.
Oh.
So you want to make sure that they have a certificate of insurance, which you can get before an event, and we provide that every time.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, definitely, that's good for our listeners out there. Most of the venues, are going to require every single vendor to send a COI, which is a certificate of insurance, prior to the wedding. So yeah, to our couples out there, make sure, when you have that initial consultation with any vendor in general, that should be one of your questions. Make sure that they have insurance, because your venue more than likely is going to ask you for that. So it's good just to to be ahead of the game there. All right, and knowing that you over here, Gabby, have a background as a Bud Light girl, which maybe we should get Bud Light to sponsor this episode, since we're talking about them.
Anheuser-Busch.
Okay, so since you have your background, do you, I guess, normally give when you guys say that the guests provide the alcohol? Do you have some sort of input? Are there any restrictions with you guys directly that is there any type of alcohol that you can't use with your equipment? Can you do beer? Can you do wine? Can you do champagne? Can you do alcohol, liquor? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can do anything and everything, except nothing too thick or something like a very slushy or anything that has actual fruit mixed in or blended in. For example, like an agua fresca that has a lot of lime pulp.
Oh, I see.
So things that are very heavy in the pulp will get stuck through our line. So that's like the one restriction. As far as alcohol, you can use whatever alcohol you want to use. You want to use 1800 or you want to use something else. It's up to you. We mix it. We do everything. We let our customers try it to make sure that they like the mix. And then whatever it is, we can customize it. And we can even do beer. We can do margaritas. We can even do cold brew.
Ooh.
So really, whatever.
I love that. So there's definitely options out there. And I know you mentioned that you do all kinds of events. When it comes to the customization of the actual unit, is that something that, let's say if a corporate client comes to you and they're like, hey, we want to brand the entire unit, is that something that can be done?
Yes, absolutely. Your vision is our execution. So we really bring your vision to life. So absolutely.
I like that. I mean, you guys went full, you have zero restrictions there. I like that. It's good to have the availability for your potential clients out there.
Yes.
And then what about bachelorette parties?
How fun. Yes, no, we definitely can do any and every event, any size. When it comes down to how much alcohol, we have spreadsheets in place to tell you how much you have to give us to serve how many guests. So we have everything in place for you. We really, all you have to do is provide the alcohol and take maybe 15 minutes of your time for a consultation with us. And we truly bring it to life.
Awesome. And then at the end of the night, of course, whatever alcohol is left, the client takes that with them. Is that how it works?
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, okay. Have you guys, we love the drama here at the Tipsy Guest. Have you guys had any issues with a drunk person?
Oh, wow.
I want to hear that. I want to hear it all.
Oh my gosh, the tea's going to come out. No, we have not. We have had people come up to us and want free drinks.
Okay.
So, and they've wanted like 3 at a time. And, yes, no, we've had to limit the amount that we serve, obviously TABC in place. But no, we have not had any crazy drunk stories as of yet. We've had logistical nightmares.
Lie.
I'll let Gabby say that one.
Give us an example.
Oh my goodness. Are you ready for this?
I want to hear it all.
Okay. So we had an event at La Cantera Resort, which everybody knows it's just this beautiful, luxurious place.
Oh, yes.
And it was at the pool. What was it called? The Topaz?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the adults pool.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful area. But
and no, guys, it's not a naughty pool.
I
it's just
know.
adults only. No
adults
kids.
only, no kids. And it was for their Jingle in July event. So when we came up there, my father-in-law was helping us because we have to pull our unit with a trailer, and they told us to go to the back of the resort. And so we drove up to the back, and we saw this very small, like little door, and I was like, there's no way the unit's fitting through there. There's just no way. So I talked to the coordinator, super sweet. We absolutely love her. And she said, girl, you're going to have to go up a hill.
Oh my God.
And I said, okay, I got this. Like, what kind of hill are we talking? And I looked at it and it was a massive hill. It was rocks falling.
No.
And I had to drive our unit up a hill, with its standard. So I don't even know how I drove that thing up there. And it's, it's like a motorcycle.
Wow.
The clutch is really weird. I think I even had like blisters in my hands from like the clutch. And it was like a sauna. It was like 102 degrees. So you can only imagine.
We have to go through.
Absolutely.
This is so fun that you're talking about this, because seriously, our people out there, they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They show up to the party. We're already all fully set up and ready to serve them, or with me for the photo booths, we're ready for the pictures. You guys ready with the drinks? But things happen. Like with me the other day, I had an event at one of the hotels downtown. And downtown is beautiful. I mean, I love our downtown. But some of those hotels are very limited with their loading docks. Some of them don't even have a loading dock. Some of them don't have a space for us to park. We literally have to park on the street and take the stuff up, either the freight elevator, the guest elevator, sometimes up the stairs. So I was at this hotel. I'm not going to say the name, but we were at this hotel downtown, and the valet people, they're like, oh, you just got to drive all the way up the parking garage, like literally all the way to the top, park there. And then there's a set of doors. You just go through those doors and you're good to go. The ballroom is on the top floor, so you're good to go. I was like, okay, cool. So I go up to the parking garage. I drive an SUV. I'm a horrible driver. I don't know how to reverse. I have all these different cameras in my car. I don't know how to use them. So, I go all the way up there and I park. And it's very limited to park up there. It's not a huge parking garage. It's very, very little. So I park right in the middle. I'm like, we're all here setting up. Nobody's going to ask me to move right now. So I'm just going to park. So I managed to park into one of the parking spaces that was available. Anyways, so I don't know. It took me 30 minutes to set up. The valet guy comes up to the ballroom and he's like, hey, can you move your car? We need to move one of the cars that's there, blah, blah, blah. I go out there and I try to move my car, and there is absolutely no way that I can move my car. I did not know how to get out of there. Wow. It was so tight that I had no idea. It was probably going to take me hours for me to back out of that space. I was so embarrassed. I had to tell the valet guy. I was like, hey, can you get my car out of there?
Wow.
The client never found out about this. The wedding planner never found out about this. But these are the things that go on behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
That are fun to talk about. But we struggle sometimes.
And I will tell you, as a bride, there's stories after the fact that happen that nothing about, because they're like, don't tell Erica anything. And then you hear about it either when I got back from my honeymoon or from, just days after, did you know this? Did you know that? And I'm like, no, I did not. That's insane.
But that's good though. That talks good about your vendors. Absolutely. That even though it doesn't matter what we go through the day of your wedding, we're never going to make it known to where the couple is going to be stressed about something that we're dealing with behind closed doors. Absolutely. We make it happen, and then we talk about it later, and we just laugh about it.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. All right, so now let's talk about your favorite drinks here. I want to know what you guys, because of course, this is all about you. I want to know. Okay, Erica, talk to me. What is your favorite drink?
I would say a good margarita.
All right.
Absolutely.
Like a traditional one, or do you add anything to it?
A traditional, you can't go wrong with just, but fresh, very just, tequila, lime, agave is the way to go.
All right. Gabby, what about you?
Well, maybe this is why we're besties, because a margarita really hits the spot.
All right.
But I do like mine spicy.
Okay.
Not a jalapeno, a serrano.
All right.
And very tart.
All right.
Like a lot of lemon juice.
I like that. And I know you guys said that you guys met about 10, 15 years ago. Where was your spot to go have margaritas when you guys first met many years ago?
Girl, was it chachos?
Oh my God! I knew it! I was going to say that because that was my spot 10, 12, 15
Shout
years
out
ago.
to Chachos.
Wait, was it the one on Callahan in 410? Yes, that was the spot many years ago. Oh my goodness.
Didn't we? What was that? What was that club that was right there?
I don't know.
The bottom.
The industry.
No, the industry.
Where was that? Right across the highway, right? Yes. Oh my goodness. Are we giving away our age here? Oh my gosh. That is so funny. But yes, Chachas was the place to go. I mean, I'm sure people still go out there, but I guess now other generations are going to Chachas.
That's right. I will say too, one of the top questions we get asked is how did you evolve into becoming bartenders and opening your mobile bar business? And so one of the things, like, we met each other between 10 to 15 years ago, and we all worked for the same financial institution. So we come from a banking background, and then our lives like all went three separate ways. And so, you know, Gabby became a nutritionist and Carla became a mortgage loan officer. And then I stayed in banking, and evolved there. And so it was really just the love for events, and Carla and Gabby were my maid and matron of honor in my wedding. And so when they created my bachelorette party and my wedding bridal shower, you know, it really just stemmed from how they created such a beautiful event that I said, you know what, y'all need to get paid for this. Like, this is insane. Like, this is so unique and beautiful. It's a lot of work. And so from loving to host to loving to celebrate people, I'm really big on birthdays, and I make birthdays a big deal, and likely so do all three of us. And so that's really what sparked us wanting to be in this industry, to want to celebrate other people's milestones, whether it's their wedding or a quinceañera or, you know, even just corporate events, you know, galas with a beautiful mission, things of that sort. It's just anything and everything. We wanted to be part of someone's special day.
I love that. And that talks really good about your company because, you know, you have a passion for it. And it's always good to hire somebody that loves what they are doing. You know, of course, we're doing this for a living. You know, we definitely want to make money off of this, but we want to make sure that we love what we do because it's a reflection of the services that you're going to provide, the experience that you're bringing to these couples. I mean, this is the best day of their life. You know, you want to make sure that you provide an experience that their guests are going to be talking about it. That the couple's going to be talking about it, and they're going to be the ones that are going to be recommending you to their friends, to their clients, to their people. So I love it when when I talk to other vendors and I know and I can see that they love what they do. Like it's such a great thing to see, you know, amongst us vendors. Absolutely. Because it's just, I mean, it's what we do and we have to enjoy what we do because, I mean, if you don't love what you do, then you're just going to go to work. And that's the way I see it. I feel like every time I go to a wedding, I don't even see it as me working. I see it more as like me having fun and providing an experience to a group of people that I know are going to love what we are doing for them.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right, ladies. So I want you to tell our listeners where they can find you on social media, your website, phone number, LinkedIn, wherever you guys are. I want you to tell them where they can go find you.
Absolutely. So our website, it's theluxespritz.com. And then we are on Instagram, TikTok, and all other platforms as the Luxe Spritz.
I love that. Guys, make sure that you go follow them. If you need a quote, make sure that you reach out to them, have a consultation with them. And now we are running out of time. It flies. Oh my gosh. But I want you guys to, I guess, let's close out the episode with some amazing advice for our listeners. So we'll start with you, Carla. And why did I say Carla? Carla's not even here today.
Shout out to Carla.
Shout out to Carla. Let's start with you, Erica. Since you are a recent bride, what would be your advice to our couples out there that are looking not just to hire a specific vendor, but just in general with the planning of their wedding? I mean, you went through it. You dealt with all these different vendors. What's your advice to make it easy for them to do and to make it fun. Planning a wedding shouldn't be stressful.
Absolutely. Making it fun and making it interactive. I think there are some vendors that are very hands off. What really attracted myself and my husband, fiance at the time, was vendors who were really wanting to make our day perfect and really wanting to be interactive. So finding those vendors that truly have an eye for making your day special and aren't just the people who, everything they deal with through email and stuff, like making it personable. And that's what I'm going to take going into our new business, is really making it, we bring an experience to your event. And so standing out amongst the rest of the vendors, even in our line as other mobile bartenders, I think it really is just how you stand out and how you made that person feel and how you impacted their day. That's really going to make a difference. So really really attracting just the connection between the vendor and the couple.
Perfect. That's great. Yeah, because they're going to spend time together. The planning process is long. So those vendors are going to be your BFFs for a few months. So make sure that you do build that connection.
Absolutely.
All right. And Gabby, I want you to tell our listeners, we just mentioned there are many companies out there. There's so many vendors out there. I want you to tell our listeners what makes you guys special. Like, why hire you versus hiring somebody else out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that we really bring an beautiful experience. So not only are we bringing out our Piaggio, we're bringing out the good energy. We want to make sure that we're communicating with you at all times, making sure that your event looks beautiful, that we're complimenting everything, but also that we, have everything perfect for you, that the drinks came out good, that the personalization of the mobile bar looks up to your standard. Just bringing a really high quality and luxurious experience for your event.
I think that is the key word right there. Quality.
Yes.
We love quality here at the Tipsy Guest, and that is exactly why you guys are here. You are now part of the Tipsy Guest family. Thank you so much for being here today, ladies.
Thank you for having us, Marco.
And let's close out the episode with something funny. Again, we love funny shit here at the Tipsy Guest. We like the drama. So we got to tell our listeners what just happened to us. So we sat here, guys. We sat here for I think we're now on hour 3. We were chit-chatting, we were gossiping, we were getting so comfortable. We recorded an entire episode, and the moment we finished, I realized that we didn't record it. So this is our take number 2, because the first one we sat here and recorded. Well, we thought we were recording for 30 minutes and nothing happened. So you're never going to get to hear that one.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes drama and fun stuff that happens here at the Tipsy Guest. But now we're making it happen.
That's right.
Thank you, ladies. And to our listeners out there.
Thank you.
We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Tipsy Guest podcast. If you know someone who could benefit from these tips, spread the love and share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Next round's on us. Same time, same place. Cheers! This podcast is brought to you by MVP Photo Booth, the #1 photo booth rental company in San Antonio, Austin, and Central Texas.